Hello, welcome to another Alpha Strike We Play video. My name is Adam, and this is my friend Tarron.
Hey, buddy.
Right, so we're continuing our thing on missile weapons. It's our little series talking about all of them.
Weapons ready, people.
Weapons ready.
And we are doing one of my favorites to come out once the clans came through, and that is the MML.
MML.
Multi-Missile Launcher.
And it's a doozy. Alright, so I've had a look at this. Tarron has had more than a look at this.
I love these things.
So tell us all about it, mate.
So the multi-missile launcher, as I believe you said, was the answer to something that the clans did when they came through and started ripping people up. And the Innosphere went, that's really cool. Let's see if we can build one ourselves. And it's basically a missile launcher that can fire either short-range missiles or long-range missiles. So you can load it, you can have two separate bins, you have short-range missiles in this one, you have long-range missiles in this one, and you have a single MML that fires both of those.
Yeah.
You have to pick which one, obviously, but it means that you have, you have anywhere from an MML3, which is three missiles at a time, up to an MML9, which is 9 missiles at a time. Now, for steadfast long-range missile players like myself, that is technically a downgrade. Technically. I mean, an LRM5 is pretty cool. You can put multiple LRM5s on there and you can have like multiple racks of missiles going off and multiple ammo bins and all that sort of thing, and you can build up some pretty solid things. But your LRMs after the 5, they go from 10 to 20.
Yeah. 10,
15, 20. Now, they max out at 9. And their weight is 7, which is almost the same as an LRM 15. So, as far as LRM players go, you're gonna have to put up with a little bit of a downside, okay? And putting in a 3 is just, for LRMs, they're just, I'm going, why would I bother? But they are compatible with all the tech that your missile weapons can use, and we'll go into those later on, but all the funky stuff that LRMs and SRMs can use, all the funky ammunitions that LRMs and SRMs can use, and all of the cool things that they can do can all go through the multi-missile launcher.
That's pretty cool.
And that is gold.
Because we talked about SRMs in an earlier video in this series, and they're pretty cool. So to have 9 SRM missiles to fire in one hit, that's potential 18 damage.
Yeah.
That alone is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool.
So it's actually got here that damage is assigned per the type of missile fired. LRMs fired from an MML are divided into 5-point damage value groupings, while SRMs are divided into 2-point value groupings. So you still do the 2 points per missile, though, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Right. So each missile that hits does 2 points of damage. So those groupings are per missile, which is the same as an SRM launcher.
Yeah.
Which means if you use the funky ammos, or if you want to go crit seeking, your SRMs are good. If you want to do nice big chunks of damage, not huge chunks of damage, but nice big chunks of damage, then the LRMs in a 9 rack will give you some good solid amounts of damage.
Yeah.
And they're brilliant.
They are very, very versatile. I mean, you're still rolling on the cluster hit, so you might not hit with everything.
No.
But you've got one launcher that gives you lots and lots and lots of options.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. And if you're constructing something and you're trying to decide whether you want to go long range or short range, and you decide to go both, and you put a short range missile, say an SRM4 and an LRM5, and you go, and the SRM4 is what, 3 tons, 2 tons, and an LRM5 is 2 tons. And you can get an MML5 for 4 tons.
There you go.
So you can fire 5 short-range missiles, or a group of 5 long-range missiles, and that is it's better than the SRM, and it's the same as the LRM.
Yeah.
Right, and then you can use the weight that you're using for ammo to put ammo in anyway and you use it through the MML. You've basically saved yourself space. And if you've got a fairly cramped weapon platform, then space is the key. But I love them. I reckon they're great. Unfortunately, I haven't really used many.
No. What was the so an MML5 was 4 tons.
4 tons and 4 critical spaces. An SRM4 is 2 tons and 1 critical space. And an LRM5 is 2 tons and 1 critical space. So your space is slightly higher, but the same tonnage will get you 5 missiles instead of 4 from the SRM side of things. And it'll get you the same amount of missiles as an LRM5.
I'm just thinking of options for a lighter mech. Because you want something that...
Yeah.
You want something that does lots of damage up close.
Yeah.
Because it's a threat to you, because you haven't got much armor and things like that. But you want to be able to do damage at range. That's your strength.
I've seen a couple of really super light mechs that use MMLs. I think the Locust has a version that uses an MML, but
I
I
was
can't
just thinking
remember.
it could be an ideal chassis for that weapon.
I can't remember it was the Locust or the Commando that used it, but
Hello.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, an MML 9 is only 6 tons. Now, that is a decent amount of weight. The 7 is 4.5 tons. But, I mean, on a light mech, you can squeeze 6 tons out of a light mech.
I reckon.
Reasonably easily. And you can usually end up with at least 2 tons that you can put ammo types in.
Yeah.
So, if you are taking an MML, there isn't any point in taking an MML unless you're going to take both types of ammo.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can say, oh, well, it's good because I can have 9 short-range missile hits.
Yeah.
But you can take 2 SRM6s for the same tonnage as an MML 9. So you can have 12 for the same thing, right? So the MML, I think, is... You need to keep it multi. You need to take at least 2 tons. You need to take at least 1 ton of LRM and 1 ton of SRM.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, you're just wasting the system. You may as well just take all of one or all of the other. But they are still cool.
I would seriously consider that for a medium mech.
Yep.
Like because they're your workhorses for the successor houses and things like that.
If you're upgrading, say, a Wolverine or Shadowhawk or one of your bog standard medium-y.
Well, the Griffin, there's a version of the Griffin with a PPC and an LRM-20. I'd consider looking at that LRM-20
and very seriously,
swapping it out because you've got more damage at closer range as well. That's I like that.
And the MMLs, when they're firing LRMs for the inner sphere, obviously, when they're firing LRMs, they have a minimum range. Okay, but when you're firing the SRMs, they don't have a minimum range. So, like you say, if you take a weapon system like a Griffin or something that has something like an LRM-20 on it, that has that minimum range, you can't really use it when you get up close. But if you take a couple of MMLs and some extra ammo, boom.
Yeah. That's cool.
You'll start scaring people. They'll go, oh my god.
Oh,
and especially when we get to the ammo types, there's some really funky ammo types for both long range and short range. And this thing can use a lot of them.
Yeah,
I love them.
Really
I reckon they're great.
Wow. Well, I like them too now. In fact, in the last video, I'm all praising MRMs. I mean, I've used them and they're really cool, but I'm like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, like I say, for a dedicated long-range player, which I am, you look at it and you go, no, I'm not taking that. There's no way I can only shoot 9 missiles. But seriously consider it. Sit down and when you're modding your mech, sit down and have a look at it and go, it's possible that I can and look at the ammo types and stuff, and I think you'll find they're actually really, really good. They're really good.
So I think if you do play some games with them and you're playing against the clanners, and you happen to defeat that clanner, just thank them very much for their arrival and for the birth of this wonderful weapon because it's so good.
I would have come up with it eventually anyway. But that's, I mean, look at that. So yeah, MML 9 is 7 tons, and an LRM 20 is what, 10 tons? Yep. So you can almost squeak 2 MMLs in there.
That's cool. When our Pimp My Mech thing comes up, oh my god.
Yeah, once we do our Pimp My Mech for missile weapons, you're going to see us sitting here for hours doing maths, because there's some really cool stuff in there, and they're seriously, they're amazing. And once you get into the ammo types and the equipment that's involved,
yeah,
whack it, dude.
Yeah,
you get into it.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. I've drooled enough.
Yeah,
I love these things.
That is a nice weapon.
I love them. I reckon they're great.
I think for the next video we should probably have a look at the clan weapon that brought this into existence, just so as you have an idea, and then we can continue back with the Unisphere, because I think it'd be worth having a look at that one.
Yeah.
To see what it was.
Yeah, it's better.
Maybe not.
I hate clan.
It's
all good. All right.
So thank you for watching, and consider subscribing if you like what you see here. It'd
Do
be
all the
great to
good
have you on
stuff.
board.
Yep.
All right.
Bye guys.